there. Go click away. Click away. Everything. Your password's there. Did you stop? Stop streaming. Stop streaming. Is it streaming live? I suggest maybe.
How do I know?
It is. Go back to YouTube. You're live.
Oh yeah?
Excellent connection. Go to analytics.
What? No views? No kidding. Okay, fine. Let's add this guy.
You're live. You see? You're live right now. Go back there. Stop clicking a million things, bro. This is crazy. Don't stop. Just relax. Take a deep breath. Go on your phone or something and see if it's working. See if the audio's working. Test the stream from another source.
What's my phone?
Dude, you have what in Brazil we call this electric fingers. Make sure there's nothing compromising on the stream, by the way.
Nothing common on it. Okay.
You have some electric fingers. You like. I gotta click. Just take a deep breath. Stop clicking your phone. No. It's crazy. I'm gonna see on my computer if it's working.
You checking?
Yeah. Check on your phone as well. Make sure it's working and everything. Before people log in.
How do I check my stream?
Go to the channel.
Yeah.
And then the image of the channel should have the red circle around it. Click the image of the channel.
Okay.
You see it?
Yeah, I don't think I can hear anything.
You can't hear anything? Is your phone's working and shit?
Yeah.
Well, because we probably didn't add a source on OBS.
Oh no. It's like a little bit late, right?
Okay. Yeah, of course.
It doesn't show the whole screen. It only shows. Okay, fine. Now it does.
Yeah. Because we probably didn't add a source on OBS.
Oh no. Okay, wait. It's like a little bit late, right? Okay. How do I? It doesn't show the whole screen. It only shows. I get that. Okay, cool. I got it.
Oh no.
Okay, wait. Start recording.
Bro, it's showing me OBS. Like,
how do I? Yeah, but I just zoomed in. No. Why didn't it change?
You wanna see what it looks like? Okay,
cool. I got it. I just changed it.
Okay, wait.
Start recording.
Bro, it's showing me OBS.
It's late, right? It's like 10 seconds late.
Zoomed in, no?
Okay, fine. I'm sending this guy an invite.
I just changed it. You should make sure like you know what you're doing before you send them an invite.
Why?
Because it looks insane.
No, I'll look good. I'll make it look fun.
Okay, fine. I'm sending this guy an invite. And if this stays saved on your YouTube, by the way. Why? As a video.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Barbershop.
Yeah, I'll look good. I'll make it look fun. I'm sending this guy an invite.
Who's this guy?
Oh, really? Barbershop. Yeah, I'll look good. I'll make it look fun. I'm sending this guy an invite. Your computer is freezing.
It is?
Yeah, you gotta close those trillion tabs you have open.
Over here?
Yeah. Like, you know all of those? Just, yeah. Can you close this?
I can't have 30 Google Maps open? Why can't I have 30 Google Maps open? How should I know?
Communism?
How should I know where to go?
What if I need to go to 27 different places
Yeah.
at the same time?
What if I'm trying to open up waterproofing businesses in Florida because of the hurricane?
Yeah, this is your response to the hurricane. Register 100 businesses right now. Open an LLS in Florida right now.
What does it say? YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming.
Yeah, because your computer is struggling to maintain output of video.
Really?
Yeah, your live streaming requires a good computer.
It's not good enough?
Well, now with 30 Google Maps open, give it a little bit. It's going to breathe. But yeah, you should force quit Safari. Safari's open, there's no tabs open. Just literally quit it. It's taking up memory for no reason.
I think
What
he
else?
just joined. Let me just close some tabs. Force quit. Notes. Finder.
No, you can't close Finder. It requires the computer.
Okay, fine. So why is it not receiving enough
No,
stuff?
you're fine. You're fine. It's showing that because it's less than ideal, but you're fine.
I mean,
You should also change the name and shit. Like,
what's less than ideal?
Your computer's you need like a power. Like ideally, you need a powerful computer.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not powerful. This is pretty new. I mean, it's like 5 years old.
No. You don't understand. I mean like a powerful computer, like something like that.
That's it.
Like a studio. You know what I mean? Not a laptop.
I should make this full screen. Hey, dude, what's up, man? How's it going?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, man. Good to see you. Good to see you.
You too. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So let me ask you: you work a late job?
Oh, I'm getting a PhD, so it's kind of a 24/7 job.
Oh, PhD.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah.
What are you getting a PhD in?
Chemical engineering.
Nice.
Thermodynamics.
All these fucking Jews with big brains over here.
You know, I'm thinking of making Aliyah because I'm starting to think Americans don't deserve my brain.
They don't deserve it, bro. For real.
We don't.
You don't have the page on full screen.
What do you mean?
Go back.
Wait, one second. One time we was dealing with the technical difficulty.
Remove from full screen. It's all
I'm
full
gonna
screen.
turn on my fan. Hold on.
But because I don't want the outline.
But change it from full screen. Just change what it looks like on your laptop. It doesn't change what the actual screen looks like to the software. Does that make sense? Yeah, you can do that. By the way, your video screen goes all the way to here, so there's a huge black screen on the computer.
I know. I'm just trying to. I
You
want the
trim,
video.
You should trim yourself. Trim the image.
I want to have the video side by side.
Yeah, so you need to trim the image.
Okay, like this.
No, you're just changing the size. You need to trim, like make a mask on it.
How's that? I don't know what that means.
Like you cut the image, like the size. You're not changing the size. You cut the image. You're changing the size.
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Just leave it. Just leave it.
Okay.
I want to cut the browser part.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's called trimming.
Okay, fine. So let's do it. I'll put trimmer.
No.
So we just have the producer. I have a new producer.
Oh, it's fine.
He's very good.
I could never do Instagram for a living.
I don't do it for a living, honestly. I wish, maybe someday.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of brand sponsorships when you're an agitator for genocide or whatever. I'm considered.
Better?
Yeah, that's better. I like that. I do like that. Yeah.
And then here you put some text or something.
Okay, so what about why is this over here like this?
This. Don't worry about this. I think. I don't know.
Oh, I know. Fuck yeah. Okay, you ready to get started, bro?
Yeah, let's do it.
Fine. What's your Sorry, I'm sorry. I've been all over the place. What's your name again?
Jacob Shanzer.
Jacob Shanter, I remember. Okay, and Jacob Shanter, I came across you. There was a video. You got attacked, by pro-Palestinians, right?
So I didn't get attacked. I've been going around New Orleans. I'm at ground zero for anti-Semitic spray painting, stickers here in New Orleans. These crazy white savior twinks and lesbians go around my neighborhood just putting insane shit up. And so there's been a mural that I've been fucking with for a couple months that I just go out with spray paint and fuck with it and destroy it, and then they come back and paint it again. And they caught me and filmed me. The woman that filmed me had a baseball bat and was asking very leading questions, and I just told her, I'll be back here every night. This isn't okay. It's a huge mural, 100 feet wide, that is on one of the major streets here in New Orleans.
What's the mural of?
It has two green monster eyes that are really wide, and then it says "All Eyes on Gaza."
Oh, Yeah, because we're about to fuck them up. That's the green eyes are about to.
Yeah, that they can watch us get the hostages back.
Yeah. Just watch us take them back. They can just watch us
Yeah.
take them back. So that's awesome, dude. Like that, you're a fucking tough guy coming out, changing a mural every night.
I mean, I don't know if I'm a tough guy. Like, I'm a big dude, and honestly, I'm just this last year has just been, I'm sick of it. I work on a college campus all day. I think I work on one of the better ones.
Okay.
But I still get to see these crazy indoctrinated kids all day, and I'm pretty sick of it.
Why do you think it is? Why do you think so many kids are love jihad nowadays?
Look, 2 years ago, I know this trans kid that's in the community. He got kicked out of his parents' house, and I took him in for a year, rent free. Me and my husband did.
What?
He took.
What makes you? Wait, what makes you and your husband want to adopt a trans kid? Like what?
Look, New Orleans is a rough city, and at the time he was a good kid, and I felt bad for him, and we've got the space, and I'm a person that believes in helping other people.
Wow, good for you guys.
And so it was a pretty selfless act. He I thought what his parents did was pretty shitty, but here's the thing: like he went to Loyola and took one Islamic studies class, and I watched the indoctrination happen in front of my eyes.
No way.
Go ahead.
No way, that's crazy because I have my dog here who's trans, also recently transitioned,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and I had to, he picked up a Quran and I had to pull it away from him. I was like,
Does he
bad
wear
boy.
keffiyeh now?
Yeah.
Does they wear keffiyeh now?
Yeah, he was wearing a keffiyeh. He was barking at the Jewish dogs. It was really,
Yeah.
it was really crazy. So I totally get that. I totally get this. So he went to one Islamic studies class and it just totally changed.
Totally changed. He's now the president of SDS at Loyola, and in
What's
fact,
SDS?
When SDS is Students for Democratic Society, I think they're very a very as left wing as you can get branch of I don't even know if they're Democrats or not. They're left of the squad. It's basically a bunch of cocaine addicted communists. That's all I see. They all live in a commune down in this neighborhood called the Bywater, which is the Brooklyn of New Orleans, and and that's that's their shtick. But really, if you look at what SDS is now, it's just a seething pile of Jew hate.
Yes, that's all. That's hilarious. That's. I mean, what is it with? What is it? I mean, I guess as a gay guy yourself, what is it with the sort of LGBTQ community going very communist, jihadist? I mean,
I don't get it because they're
Wait, I think I lost you, Jacob. Start the call again? You think so?
I think the problem is the call. Yeah, go to browser.
Yeah, it's not even loading now.
Your browser's showing up on the stream, by the way. Go to the stream, go to OBS and put scene 2. Go to OBS and put scene 2, so it changes the scene. So it's not displaying whatever you do on the live stream.
Wait.
Everybody can see what you're doing.
I know, I did change the scene.
Scene 2 right there, perfect. There you go. I think you always gotta click transition to actually go into. Now it's this. I think is program is what's showing on the YouTube.
There you are.
Hey there, what's up? What's up? I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
Wait. Do you see it now?
No, you gotta go to OBS and click transition again to go to the other scene.
Okay. What about now?
Look on the right side of OBS.
Yeah. Now I'm good. I can see it. Okay. What's up? Okay. Where were we? So I was asking you why you think that before I lost you, I was asking you why you think that like hey. Wait. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
I was asking you why you think that like there's a huge move in like the LGBTQ movement right now of like kids becoming like very communist jihadists. Like, you know, I guess like I know I live in New York City, so like I know some older gay guys who are like capitalists. Maybe it's because like those guys hustle so hard, like they fucking all make so much fucking money and have such good lives. Maybe it's just like too much pressure to be like a gay capitalist.
I don't know what it is. You know, I think being gay it has like been fully accepted and integrated into American society as it has in Israel.
Yeah.
And you know, like I don't look at myself now as like this oppressed person anymore.
Of course not. You're celebrated.
Yeah, and like 15 years ago, like you know, like my husband, he's not from the U.S. and so before they were, you know, we were fighting for some rights. You know, I couldn't sponsor him for a green card and all that, which that's changed. And I think it's almost like we fought for rights that have actually come. Like I feel like I'm pretty much equal to any other American at this point.
Yeah, you
but
get married, everything.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of my community hasn't come out of this I'm oppressed narrative. And they're willing to fight for like whatever fake cause is fed into them. But look, I'm going to be honest. I think that there's some smart people in the Middle East.
You know what? That's exactly why they sympathize with Palestinians. That's actually you fucking hit it on the head.
Yeah, but I also think there's some smart people in the Middle East who have co-opted what I think are well-meaning people. Into something a little more nefarious that they're not aware of the level of indoctrination. Like, I don't think they know that they've been indoctrinated, and I think that's a problem.
That's very interesting. Do you think, how far do you think this goes? Like let's say you think that, like, Middle Eastern countries are indoctrinating, I guess, like, certain, like, indigenous communities to like sympathize with the Palestinian cause because they're portraying it as like, you know, like I live in Crown Heights. It's a Jamaican neighborhood, and I have people telling me.
I lived in New York for 10 years. I'm well aware of Crown Heights.
Oh, really? You lived in Crown Heights for 10 years?
No, I lived in Astoria for 10 years, but my brother lived in Cobble Hill, so we were always like back and forth between Brooklyn and Queens.
Yeah, so I had a Jamaican person, or like he told me like when the war started, he's like, of course. I was like, I asked him, I was like, dude, why are you pro-Palestine? Like, you're like a chill dude, bro. Like, you smoke weed, you're a Rasta. Why are you pro-Palestine? Like, he's just like, because Palestinians are the black people of Israel. Like, that's...
Yeah, it's absurd.
Yeah. Like, that's the message.
Right, but I think they've successfully co-opted these kids on social media and within academic spaces to where that's what they're being fed within their education, both inside and outside of the classroom. And I think that's why it's been so successful. I watched this happen in front of my eyes with this kid that stayed with me. And in fact, like the level of indoctrination, like after I went viral last week for this spray paint thing, that's the kid who doxed me. Like couldn't.
Oh, really?
Didn't wait 2 minutes. Yeah. Put my name, put my phone number, my workplace, right on the Instagram post that I went viral on was the very first comment with my name. Within 5 minutes of it being posted, and the one newspaper that picked up the article or that picked up the story, no one else, like the real news magazines here in New Orleans, didn't want to touch this story.
Of course not.
But like they called me, and then like I told them the circumstances, they were like they backed off. But one, it's a newspaper I've never heard of. He's actually quoted in the newspaper speaking out against me, and this is the kid that basically, you know, I saved his ass from being homeless for a year. Like, that's the level of indoctrination to where he thinks he's doing the right thing, you know, and that's just mind-boggling to me.
Did you ever have a conversation with him about this? Like, as he was being indoctrinated, like, Did he ever like jump some ideas off you? Like what's an
No,
intifada?
no, because I became aware of it. He got in a relationship and moved out of our house, and I became aware of it shortly after he moved out. And look, I'm always open to a conversation with anyone, but he's never once reached out to me and asked me like, "Hey, why are you a Zionist?"
Yeah.
Which I just find interesting. He's willing to throw me under the bus in a split second, but not willing to sit down and have an adult conversation.
It's a dick move. That's probably why he cut his off.
But it just shows what these Queers for Palestine are really about. That they're not for queers or the LGBT community.
Of course
they
not.
are really only for Palestine. Like that's it.
And it's just so ridiculous because it's just like I was actually I was at the Washington D.C. rally for when Bibi was here, and there was someone holding a Yemeni flag and a sign that said like gays for armed resistance. I was like, you know that like the Houthis threw 13 gay people off a roof like 3 months ago?
Yeah, like I'd be burned alive.
And I pulled up the article and he just wouldn't even look at it. He's like
Well, and then they say absurd things like, well, Israel kills more gays in Gaza. And I'm just like, gays in Gaza flee to Israel and get refugee status. Like, it's just it's an absurd movement, and they don't see that they're I really just think it's they have such low expectations of what so-called oppressed people how oppressed people should behave, that they're just like, well, whatever. Sure, they burned me alive, but they're a little bit oppressed, so...
Yeah. Listen, yeah. Just because they're evil doesn't mean you have to fight back against them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's hilarious. It's fucking... I know, because I know, like, Palestinians actually get an asylum in Israel.
Exactly, yeah.
Usually.
Like, yeah, it's the only place in the Middle East where you can actually be gay.
Yeah. And it makes sense to me because it's just like, it makes sense to me. Even though I just feel like if I was in Hamas, like that would be the strategy, like sending like fake gay guys to be terrorists.
Right. I mean, I think they might enjoy that a little too much, like fake gay guy going to like the gay clubs in Tel Aviv.
You know what? The Hamas guys might enjoy it a little bit because low key, like they probably carry like explosives in their anus and stuff. Like that's probably part of the training as a terrorist.
Right. I mean, it probably feels good for him.
Yeah.
Probably their favorite part,
Like if I was a Hamas terrorist, not that I wouldn't also enjoy it, but if I was a Hamas terrorist, I would always have a cell phone in my ass just in case I get caught or something, right?
Well, just put it on vibrate if that's the case.
Yeah. And that's the real reason to join Hamas. People don't understand.
Well, I don't know, like how long and wide is the phone? That kind of
Yeah. I only use the big one, the iPhone Pro Max. That's the
right. The flip phone, that might be fun.
Oh yeah. The Hello Moto.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's a really crazy story that a guy brought you in and fucking doxed you and shit. Is he a practicing Muslim? Do you know?
Who knows? I mean, I don't think he's practicing anything. I think he's just practicing insane right now.
Because there's actually a TikToker I follow who's a trans Muslim. She just recently converted.
Yeah, how's that working for her?
It's lovely. Like the comment section on her post is so fucking funny. Like I don't even follow her for the videos, which are funny too, because it's just like she's like reading from the Quran. Because it's just like pro-Israel people and like Zionists and like rednecks and whatever just writing stuff like like Islam would kill you. They would fucking throw you off a building. And then it's like Muslims being like, we don't fucking want you. Put down the Quran.
Well, what's interesting, speaking of comments, so when the video of me spray painting went viral, you know, the artists that do this spray paint, it's a bunch of queer artists. They run around. It's like this whole queer group that runs around downtown New Orleans. And the comments section was so homophobic, like insanely homophobic. And I'm just like, you guys are eating yourselves here. Like, you know, like even the comments of the New Orleanians don't like you. You know, but like they're just gonna like blame me because I'm just like the stupid Zionist that fucked up their ugly picture.
Oh my god, there's so many instances of that. I remember. Okay, I saw it. You know, Muhammad Hadid, Bella Hadid's dad.
Oh, yeah.
He one time posted a pride flag attached to a Palestinian flag. And literally, it was like Muslims from like all over the world being like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like,
Right.
like, like Allah, because you did this, Allah's gonna destroy Palestine, and like, it was so.
Maybe he's helping us out.
Yeah, I don't know. It was funny, but it was funny. Even though I grew up, I used to make this joke. Because when I grew up, Tel Aviv is like the gayest city in the world, in my opinion.
Yeah, I used to go all the time, and it's gay and awesome.
I'm not even sure if is it the biggest quantity of gays, or is it just like Israeli gays are very like out there, you know, like.
Well, I mean, I think if you're gay and in Israel, where else would you want to live but Tel Aviv? So I think, you know, if you grow up like anywhere else, you would, you know, on your own, just migrate there. But also, I think it's just, you know, it's kind of like.
I think Haifa actually has a gay mayor. I'm not. It could be wrong.
Yeah. No, you're correct. Haifa does have a gay mayor. I've seen interviews with him.
He has a gay mayor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah.
you know, I think a lot of gay people like traveling to Tel Aviv because it is just it's a gay friendly city. It's like Miami. You know, it's such a gay friendly city.
Yeah, no, because I'll tell you, like, this never happened to me. Like, I've lived like in different neighborhoods in New York, but like in like Tel Aviv, like I always used to complain to my friends that like I was like girls never hit on me, and girls never come over and talk to me, but like gay guys in Tel Aviv, they're like they fucking come and talk to me all the time.
Right. Yeah, it's I mean that's especially, you know, if you're hanging out around the Hilton, that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, I'm not even gay, but when I left Tel Aviv, I had my ass stretched.
Well, yeah, you know, keep your head on a swivel there.
Yeah. Yeah. No, because yeah, there's it's a really cool. Tel Aviv's a really cool city. You've been there a lot.
Yeah, so I used to be a flight attendant, and so I used to fly to Tel Aviv all the time, and it was one of my favorite places to go to.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, same. I would love to move back. It was just so expensive to live there. I couldn't make it. But it's definitely it's the funnest place in the world to me.
Yeah, it's a great city. You know, like if a lot of these like queers for Palestine would actually go to Tel Aviv, I think they'd enjoy it.
Yeah, it's also a way different vibe. Like when I lived in Tel Aviv, like I used to, like me and like my straight friends, we used to go to the Pride parade. We used to get drunk there. We used to dance there. Like in New York, it's just like I don't like going. It's just too fucking weird.
Well, in New York, it's just a bunch of corporations that are advertising that they have gay employees.
Yeah. But no, it's also just fucking weird. Like just like it's like has this like certain like darkness to it. Like it's like sort of like I don't know, like people are like dressed up like demons and shit, and they're like too much. There's like a lot of like bondage kind of like outfits and drag queens, and it's something that's just it's a little bit like I don't know. It's like a little bit like it has like this like more of like this like also like Palestinians and stuff now, but in Tel Aviv it was just like a much more like fun. Like Pride was like the meaning of Pride even was like fun, happy, like dancing, cheerful. I don't know why.
I mean, you know, New York is like the pressure cooker where everyone is, but like I feel like Tel Aviv LGBT queer lifestyle is really woven into the fabric of the city. So
100%.
I think it's easy to celebrate for everyone there.
100%. And it's also because in Israel, like we have this, there's a certain like pride in the Pride Parade where we're like sort of like we're the only ones in the Middle East that fucking has this. It's like sort of like
Right.
like it's sort of like a like we see it as like it's pride, but it's like a fuck you to all the surrounding countries. Like,
Right. You know. Well, also, I think it's also the light that, if you're getting threatened with murder for being gay and you can get here, you're welcome here.
you're welcome.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll have a great time. You'll have a fucking great time.
Yeah. I've never met anyone who doesn't have a great time in Tel Aviv.
I mean, honestly, I mean, Tel Aviv is great for anybody, but if you're probably like a gay single man in Tel Aviv, you're probably living the dream.
Yeah. It's, yeah. You're probably very busy.
Yeah. You're doing really fucking well.
Yeah. You're probably pretty busy.
Yeah. I'm not even attracted to these dudes, but they're fucking hot.
No, it's insane there. It's pretty insane.
Yeah. Okay, lastly, Ron, who set up, first of all, is there anything you want to add that I didn't ask you?
No. I mean, I think we covered like everything that's been going on for the last week since all this shit went down.
Oh yeah. Okay, but I actually wanted to ask you something else. Okay.
Sure.
We sort of like over text, like we sort of like hinted at this a little bit, but and then you said something about like, how like Middle Eastern countries are like sort of like doing like some like propaganda or like infiltrating like these communities with this sort of like jihadi, anti-Israel, anti-Jewish messaging, right? Now, I'm assuming like how do you let's say how do you feel about like subjects like drag queens in schools and stuff like that?
I mean, are there drag queens in schools though?
In New York, there are actually. Yeah.
What are they doing in schools?
We actually have people. They read books to kids. There's a lot of videos online.
I mean, I think that's harmless. I mean, I think if they're doing like, I don't know. I think are you doing a show that you do at like G Lounge in Chelsea, or are you just reading books to kids? I think you'd have to look at the context of what they're doing.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's books to kids, but it's books with like certain messaging and like kids like sitting on a guy's lap with a skirt on, like stuff like that. But what I'm really trying to say is like let's say like in like English literature or like there's like sort of like this culture of a lot like on the left, like we feel like my ex-fiance was in studying English literature in Hunter, okay, and she had like classes about like teaching books to kids because she was studying to be an elementary school teacher, about like reading books to kids about like how good it is to like change your gender and explore in these areas and stuff like. Are you familiar with this at all?
I mean, I don't have kids. This might be a better question for my brother. I think he has a lot of opinions on this.
No, so
but
basically,
I do see that there's some insanity going on in the education system in our youth. I'll say that.
Yeah. No, so what I wanted to ask you is like, you think it's correlated? Like, you think this craziness that we're teaching in schools, like especially like in very like liberal areas, is connected also to pushing like jihadi agendas, or do you think it's two different agendas? That's just.
I do think that I don't know if it's interconnected or if I think there's very smart propaganda people in the Middle East who are perhaps using that curriculum to co-opt it, if that makes sense. So, like I said, I think a lot of, I think it's a lot of good-intentioned, well-meaning people here that actually think they are helping people and don't realize to the extent that they're hurting Jews, if that makes sense,
Of course.
And I think it's very easy to co-opt movements that purport to expand this DEI stuff through that. So as far as like, is that like, are the founders of like Drag Queen Brunch or Drag Queen Story Hour like jihadist? Like, I don't think so. But is it easy for a jihadist to co-opt that movement? Yes, I do think so.
Because they're already, because people in the movement are so, like, easy to accept and be persuaded and stuff like that.
I think that it's very easy to look at this oppressor narrative through a lens like that, especially since what I feel like LGBTQ people have achieved full rights in the United States within the last 15 years, like as I've been an adult. And I think it's very hard for a lot of LGBTQ people to break out of this oppressor narrative that they've attached on to this other one. And I think it's convenient, I think it's smart of these like propaganda pieces to use that. Unfortunately, it's to our detriment.
Right. What happened to when the Jews were the best at propaganda? Actually, the truth is we weren't for a very long time. I mean,
I wish we were. Like, I don't know when we've been good at propaganda. I think we've been hated.
If anything, the Nazis out propaganda at us. The Islam.
Right.
If anything, in Israel, I actually feel like we're winning this war on every front, except for the information.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think that the information's been co-opted by major news outlets, and I think a lot of what I read is absurd.
Like, we are destroying them in Gaza, in Lebanon. We're gonna take out their nuclear facilities. We're gonna destroy the enemy. But the problem is on the information front, we are doing terrible.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think that's why it is important to have, a lot of voices voice their support for, it's like, I think you need people like me that maybe can reach other gay people to see that, like, hey, Queers for Palestine is not for you. Like, they are, I've been saying it like forever, is Queers for Palestine is not for queers. It's not queers for queers. They are only for Palestine. That's it. And any, there's no room for any sort of dissent in that argument at all with them. If any sort of dissent, and you're a genocidal baby killer.
I like it. You should you should go full branding with it. Like, you should have like a T-shirt that says maybe gaysinist. I don't even know what the what the marketing approach would be, but.
I think Daniel Ryan Spalding already has.
He's doing such a fucking good job. He's
doing such a good job. Like, I don't know how he's not Jewish. I wish he would convert.
He's such a nice, sweet guy too. I met him like twice. He's a cool guy. I think actually from him, I know that there's a gay mayor in Haifa. I think
that's where I saw the video too. Was that because I think he did a great video interviewing him.
It was hilarious. He was like flirting with the mayor. It was hilarious, honestly.
Of course he was. He's hilarious. I love the dude.
Yeah, he's so good. Okay, it's definitely. I definitely want to have you on the stream again. I'm gonna start trying to stream a little more. I'm kind of new to streaming. I don't know if you could realize with the whole the technical difficulties, but I'm trying to get better. I feel like this is a good place to reach people who are a little bit younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 27, but I hear this is what the young kids do. They like watching streams.
I'm 43. Ron was asking me to like edit some photo, and I was like, dude, I'm 43.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like,
it's like, dude, I live in a cave, bro. I don't know. Yeah. Last thing, speaking of Ron, he actually wanted me to ask you and bring up. Ron is very upset at Andy Cohen.
Yeah, I know. I mean, look, I think we can use like Andy Cohen's help. I think there's bigger fish to fry than going after our own. But I definitely think like if Andy Cohen wants to help elevate other gay Jewish voices to go after Queers for Palestine, I think we can use his help, because I do think it's going to be LGBTQ people that can help snap the people in our community out of whatever spell they're under. but I wouldn't say I'm as disappointed in Andy Cohen as Ron is.
Yeah. Okay. No, because I'll tell you. First of all, I agree with you 100%, and I don't like the infighting that I feel like has been going on within the community a little bit. Especially like just like on differences of politics, and I wish we were just a stronger Jewish nation that we just all stood together, and because I think the temple was destroyed off Sinat Chinam, which is infighting, and I don't know how we're gonna rebuild the temple if we're still infighting.
Right.
But to that point, I was invited to a conference for pro-Israel influencers.
Mm-hmm.
And Andy Cohen was the leading presenter in the conference. He was the host.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, I don't think he's made one post about Israel. And it was a little bit ironic how he's talking about how important it is to use your voice to talk to Israel when he's never mentioned it on his own page. I thought that was very interesting. I don't think that's his fault. He shouldn't have been chosen to be the voice.
He's probably managed by a team of PR reps who are doing the speaking for him. And I also think, especially when it comes to other Jews, like calling them in as opposed to calling them out is the way. We're not going to like get people to like be on our side and be a voice for us by calling people out and shaming them. Like
Of course.
I don't know. It's kind of like, I help a lot of people in my local community, and I try to be the light that they can come to, as opposed to me having to go into the darkness to pull people out,
Of course. I agree.
And I think that's a more effective tactic with someone like Andy Cohen, who obviously is an ally. He's
an ally.
He has made statements. It's what I feel is not enough. But it's something, like, let's ask for his help, and if he gives it to us, great, and if not, we'll do it without him.
Yeah, my point of view is like, as long as you're not like saying you love Hamas, like, you're good to me.
We do have our Alana Glazers.
Yeah, everything you do. Yeah, exactly. Like everything you do, okay, to like push the cause and try to change the narrative and help fight this information war that we're sort of having, like, all power to you. But I don't agree that you should necessarily be shamed for not speaking up, as long as you're not saying how much you love Hamas and stuff like that, which there are plenty of Jews doing.
Yeah, we have famous Jews doing that, and that's, and I think calling them out is also important. I think calling in soft allies like Andy Cohen, who I do believe is on our side.
You think it's just his PR? You think he really wants, like, you think in his heart he really wants to do more? It just is his PR team stopping him.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's
he probably just doesn't want the heat, honestly. Like, it's a lot. I mean, it's fucking emotionally draining doing this shit.
I mean, and that's fair. Look, not everyone, wants this. It's like, look at I spray painted one freaking wall, and I had like an angry mob of New Orleanians online, like, threatening me. It's like,
I got into 3 fights on October 7th. Like, it's draining.
Yeah, it's it's not something. Oh, I gotta go.
Okay, fine. Last thing. Okay, well, I'll bring up the last thing. I'll just say for or against it. This was a big controversy this week while we were talking about controversies. The Chabad guy putting tefillin on a Jewish Palestinian protester. How did you feel about that one?
Hold on 1 second. My husband said someone's by my car.
Okay, fine. It was great talking to you, bro. It was great to meet you. Have a great rest of your evening.
All right. Bye.